Are Blink-182 going to unceremoniously fire Matt Skiba from their ranks? Let's discuss. Now, I've been a fan of Blink-182 ever since hearing What's My Age Again, and I've got a unique regional point of view on that song. Nowadays, when people talk about the song that made Blink-182 famous, the answer is always All the Small Things. But here in South Carolina, we are all about What's My Age Again. I rarely heard All the Small Things, and people never talked about it. Adam's song was huge, but regionally, we just didn't get bombarded with All the Small Things. Maybe like me, South Carolina is on Team Mark. I'm going to the Mark side with you. I'm going to the Mark side. All of this started over on the Instagram when someone asked Matt Skiba if he were still part of the band, and his answer was pretty disturbing. He said he didn't know, but he was grateful for his time in the band. Blink-182 and Alkaline Trio are both known for being jokers, so that's one possibility, that these guys are just kind of wanting to stir the pot, get us excited for a new era of Blink-182, but the vibes are off, and the band has indeed been operating without the Matt Skiba for some time. Matt joined Blink-182 after Tom DeLonge's departure in 2015, his second or third, depending on how much drama you believe, from 2014 Blink-182, and he recorded 2016's California and 2019's 9, or as I like to call it, 8, with the band. Mark, Matt, and Travis have always just spent their career collaborating with other musicians, so there was no red flag in the Blink-182 camp when all three began working on other albums and with other bands during this period in Blink. It was business as usual. But then the world got wonky in 2020, and we all got locked inside of our golden mansions. Blink-182 released the furious and timely Quarantine, written by Hoppus and Barker with hit songwriter Brian Lee, and Mark actually plays bass, guitar, and guitar on this one. The explanation here was social distancing and Matt Skiba's lack of a studio in his house, which struck me as odd. Matt Skiba has exactly 428% more money than I do, and I have the ability to record music in my house. In 2022, a homeless person can record music on the sidewalk, but Skiba can't. Maybe Matt doesn't like recording at home, but I just find that unbelievable. Travis Barker started talking about a Blink-182 EP that was in works at the time and saying that it was going to come out in 2021. But it never surfaced, and again, fans didn't think that much of it at the time because Mark had publicly announced that he was battling cancer, and as a cancer survivor myself, I knew that Mark was going to have be unable to rock for some time. All depends on your personal situation with the disease, but I did 3 months of chemotherapy and multiple surgeries, and I took almost a full year off. I did go back to work periodically, but I really should have taken more. I should have taken probably a year and a half off to fully recover. And we continue thinking that things are good in the Blink-182 camp, particularly as Mark stomps cancer into the ground like a boss. And then the Instagram comment from Skiba, the Skeebs. Let me get this straight. I enjoy every era of Blink-182. There's not any Blink albums that I hate. I used to hate 9, but I've grown to love it. And I know that people love classic lineups of bands for some reason, but I was excited to see what the Skiba era was going to do on a 3rd or even 4th or 5th album. Which is where I stand on this entire issue, even as I hit my tripod. The other positive scenario that we could get out of this is where Skiba and DeLonge both stay in the band. The other positive scenario where the band keeps Skiba and gets DeLonge back seems unlikely, but I would be up for a 4-man Blink if that were possible. As for Tom DeLonge coming back, I'd feel a lot better about it if Skiba was in the loop and communicating with his band members and the record label. A musician should be able to call his manager or company and get a straight answer about his employment. That is ridiculous if Matt Skiba can't do that. Otherwise, somebody is being shady, and I don't like that. I don't like shade. What's the final score here with this Blink-182 supposed drama? I really like Skiba 182, and I'm happy with the Mark-Matt-Travis combo. The band is remaining tight-lipped on this situation, but it certainly seems like they're going to make Tom DeLonge the John Frusciante to Matt Skiba's Josh Klinghoffered, which is just rude, man. Even my Chihuahua knows not to Klinghoffer people, right, buddy? You never Klinghoffer somebody, would you? You like your dog food in that new spot? Tom DeLonge founded Blink-182, but has also exited the band 2 or 3 times. If you include that back and forth in 2014, he was quitting like on the daily back then. I'm not mad at Blink-182, and Matt doesn't seem to be either. But if he's not in on the joke, I hope that nobody in the band or the record label is laughing at this. Blink-182. I know you guys probably watch my videos, right? Communicate. Communication is key. Thank you.